Okay, hi. So today, first of all, we listening to Artlist. Ha, there you go. Another service with the music. That's what we're listening to. But today, what I'm, s- I'm working on is the design of the tab. So here we have a bunch of content that we can display in the tab. And it's sort of all good, but it's quite busy, as you can see. It does provide additional context to what the tab belongs to. So say if I have multiple projects open, I can see that this is this project, this is that project, and so the project name is on the top and then the name of the app is below. Then there's the actual view name displayed, and then also displayed whether it's a logic, it's a what type of place, where are we within the folder, within the view folder, where are we? Are we looking at the logic? Because we could have another tab open that is open up and looks at the blocks. So I guess the big question is, how would we make it so it still provides a value, but it's not as busy? And I guess that's the challenge here that I'm trying to figure out. So what do we have here is I've added a little tilted that right now currently it's not displaying, because I guess that is below this tab, so I think it's probably cutting it off, which would mean that the tab would need to get probably overflow. So let's just look at that. So we're here in the tab, and then if we give it, so here if we're gonna give it overflow y visible, what's gonna happen? Let's see if we can solve it that way. It shows the tilted, but it shows it behind the main. I think it shows it. Let's just change the position of it. So maybe let's do top 0 and then right 0. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So it shows it. Well, maybe should we leave it like that? And obviously these are like different types of, so it shouldn't close the, so if right would be like something like 24, then we would have it here, so we still would have access to, to the, let's do this, and then also let's name the project name, that was 10, so it's that the same. Let's give it margin right of 10, 8. And then we have, so now we have this, when we have it over, we have the name of this. Now this one doesn't show anything anymore because it's disabled, so so let's just see how we do that. So now it sort of works. Now the downside is that it's not, it doesn't really show, but you can't see it at the glance. You can't see it at glance, but you get to have a clean, because that always obviously will change. Yeah, so I guess, does this work? I think in general it works. I wonder what would happen if when the name of the tab is longer. Yeah, then it's messed up a little bit. Oh, you can't click it. Oh, well, no, sorry, you can't click it because it's, yeah, that's good. So, yeah, so it's sort of, I don't know which one is better now. This one obviously is a mess, but should there be an app, at least app displayed somewhere here? So name of the view or name of the selected element. This is the view in that case. So we would select that. What would happen if I would select this thing? Okay, so now that needs, okay, so that also needs a little bit, so this is a view name. So view name would need, oh, it's probably on the padding, is it? It's probably on the padding, so this is not aligned, this does not look aligned at least. So now it's sort of this, okay, that's good, that's maybe better, it gives it a little bit, so in case if we have, yeah, so access permits, I don't know if that's better. Design system, yeah, but of what? Well, you need to hover over to see it. We can't actually display it below because that's where the tab is not showing anymore. Layout wise, unless the whole tab, we would z-index the whole tab maybe, so let's try that. Z-index, here we go up. Now if we go name, content, let's put it down on like whatever 24. Let's see if that will display now. No. I don't think it's a problem with the z-index really. Doesn't look like it at least. Let me see if I can. Yeah, well now that says app. Well, that says app because I'm in the app, but if I would go navigate somewhere, I would be in stats. And then I want to navigate from here somewhere as well, so I would go someone else. Yeah, the only problem is that you don't. Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess I don't want visible. Because that gives me scroll, which we don't want. Okay, so that gives me scroll to because we don't have a height. Oh, wait a minute. This is where the height is, overflow x1. Oh, okay. So maybe if this sits here actually. There's another one here. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Well, it's hard to say why is it not doing this. I don't really know, but that is not a good thing here. So maybe it looks like tooltip would have to be somewhere outside, then we wouldn't have to hover over if it's outside. Maybe just the name has to sit outside because I've put it in within the inside of this tab, so right now the name is inside of the tab, but really it doesn't have to be. It could just sit wherever the content is, so it could be probably here, I would assume. Even let's just move the name to content. So here we have this one, and then here we have name for the tab. Let's just move it here. Let's see what that's gonna do. Oh, so I put it into content, so let's move it to content. So let's move it here maybe. Let's see how that's gonna work out. I guess if the tab, because the name is positioned absolutely either way, and it has its own, as a tooltip, it has its own Z index. So as far as it's outside of the component, which is the tab, but I think it's probably still inside of the content, so it might not be in the right place. So now if we go, and now that doesn't have anything, because I guess that doesn't have, the content doesn't have any, so that would need some sort of like click to make it functional, to make it, to give it a hover over. Now. Oh. Server view. So this is very okay. And system, because that is the width 100. This is not the tooltip really. Is it? No, this is not the tooltip. So this is that then. Tooltip is not here, okay. Well, it looks like it doesn't work. Can we do this? Can we do this? So we have the name here. Oh, yeah, okay. Above the data provider is not actually here, it's inside, that's why it's not providing the name. So what I would need to do, I guess, is to just hard code it for now with value. So contract, and that would probably show, yeah. Oh yeah, it's showing over there. Nice. Oh yeah, because this is inside of the tabs now. So the name, where do we have that guy? So we have it on the right, so now it would have to be on the, oh yeah, but it's now in the, now it will not have the context of this tab because it doesn't have a container to relate to. Yeah, that doesn't work. Right now it's in in the full tab, in the whole tab container, which is still there. Okay, well, it doesn't work. So yeah, I need to think about it for a second. Okay, so I think what I landed on is that what we probably need is to have the name of the project, because it's hard to display everything in one pop-up. So first of all, let's move from the content of so the app name. Let's display the app name. It would be good to see the app name in here. So let's take away app name from the tooltip and let's put it on here. So before the close on the left hand side. Okay, and now what we could do is to give it a app name. Let's give it margin right. So the margin here, let's give it margin right. Say 8. Okay, so now this is this. Now we could also go back to the content and push it at 8. Put it at 30 maybe. Let's see if that would. Okay, yeah, maybe just 4. Okay, maybe just 4. So now if we would have more tabs. So now we see the project there. Now what I would need to do is in the project name, because it's back in the right content provider context. I can enable this and this hard-coded value. And now we would see the actual, yes. So now we have apps. So this is data dashboard apps. This is data dashboard apps. This is project access, right? So this is. And I guess that makes sense because we would want to see the name of the, how would that work? So, okay, so now it's good here, let's go maybe somewhere for a longer name. Oh yeah, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so we can fix that, we can fix the alignment. There's a problem with alignment here as well. There's a problem with the icon as well, because different icons have like this weird different effect going on here. Like a filter, I think it is, or something. So you have to look at that, but in general, I guess it works better when you see it that way. We would need to do something about that, about the width of these. I think that's probably best. It's definitely better than this. It's cleaner. Now the alignment would have to be fixed, so let's do that. So If we go to the, so then what's going on with this? I would assume that it's not aligned. It's not aligned because what? So let's see this. Blue line. There's a magenta 2. If we're gonna remove that, what's gonna happen? Okay, so that moves, then move this, so now this is all aligned. Yeah, so I see why it's so maybe so those little details. So this is the name. Name needs mentioned. Step 1, so to be the same level. Okay. And then I think what we need is also, so this is the type. Type has all these possible options. And that is the filter. Which is fine. We can try and deal with this, or we can just pass the actual icon. Yeah, so that's probably what we would do. And that's aligned. I think this is probably aligned as well. It just doesn't look like it's aligned for some reason. This still doesn't look like it would be aligned, right? Okay, first of all, maybe the view name could be also slightly smaller font. These are all in horizontal, so we could go align icons. Well, not really, because we have a type here. Feels like this one needs actually 2. So now visually it is aligned. Yeah, okay. So now I guess it is visually aligned. And this one comes in, so maybe we need to give it a 5. So now this one is aligned as well. Project name that has the margin. This is what gives us the. This was giving us this weird spacing at the end. Okay. Well, I guess that's probably okay. I guess that's probably okay. It's changing the background because I will need to make different icons for that to keep it consistently colored. But that's a different case. That's a small thing. And now we do have this one. We do have this one. Question, is that better than this? Probably. You don't see that it's that specific project at all times, but you get to see it when you hover over it, so you always see where, okay, this is for the apps, that's one for the apps. It sort of comes in place in the same spot, and because it has the same background color, it's a little bit illegible here in this place. Well, what could we do? We could give it a... So this is another issue that we need to solve. Oh, there you go. Now there's no issue. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's happening. Oh, we reached the end of the list. Let's get a few more songs. Yeah, so that's something. Why am I not getting that problem anymore? Well, I will need to maybe try and... I don't think I have any longer names to fail here. Well, maybe in here? No, not really. Yeah, that's a problem. But I think that this probably the app name has the view name. The view name has it on the left. The text align on the left. That's okay. Overflow ellipsis. Yeah, well, we need that. Okay, well that's fine then, I guess. And then the app name is text. Okay, well we could maybe add something to the design. So let's go to Design System Maker and let's add just a very long view. Maybe. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's go to it. Yeah. Okay. So push this one. That is interesting. Okay. So we have this one here, this one there. Margin rate 8. Yeah. That's okay. And then here we go. Direction right here. So this is direction, yeah. This one has this direction. So we have it on this side, which is fine. Yeah. And then what we could do is to give it max width of say 100 and change it to the left. Yeah, there you go. That's it. So the margin right, that gives us the right auto. Oh yeah, because right now I've put the app name. Which is probably fine. This actually has to be yes. So what if we would go and say so that would push here. So now this is what we would have. So we would get this bit. So in the design system, when we go to this long view, we get a little bit of this, a little bit of this, which is fine. and then we get the override of the project. So in which project is it? Well, this is an access, this is an apps. I guess it works. We could force this pop-up to be longer, to take half of the. So essentially what we could do is to go here and say, well, tooltip, what does the tooltip? Well, we could actually add it here as well. So we could go probably just padding. So we could go padding left, I guess, 30. Padding right 30. Let's see what that would do. Yeah, so now that would display sort of like a halfway through, so maybe that's 30, so maybe 25. But now that would be very obvious that it's in the apps. So this is in the access, this is that's probably too much. Let's just go 16. Well, I guess another way of looking at it would be not to have a padding right at all, and have just a bigger padding left that will just cover this up. So it really depends how long that will get. But it probably will not get longer than that. So this is in the access, this is in the thing, okay. It really depends on the length of this one. There's a weird one. Well, maybe actually 16 works here, just as so. Adding shadows a little bit weird, isn't it? We don't have shadow anywhere else really here. Now maybe what it should be is it should just be reverse. So it should be white label on, so it should be just reverse styling. And then it can be whatever it wants. Okay, well. So let's say what the tooltip has. Let's see, design system. This is the tooltip. Lots of little things, lots of little like tweaks and changes. Let's see what this guy has. So we can change the color of the text, and we can change the background color of the tooltip. Okay, and we can change everything essentially. So good, that's good. So then we go and we say, let's leave that at 1. Let's say go color RGBA. Well, yeah, let's start with something like 100. Let's see how it's gonna work. And then color would have to be some whitish color, for example. Yeah, well, so that gives us, say, if we would go 70, so it would be just a slightly different, darker, but not as so lighter. Okay, now that means that we don't have to go and what is it, name, project name. It means that we don't have to give it any of this. Now we're gonna have just a name. Okay, well, fine. We'll give it something. Give it something. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah, so. Well, you know, that sort of works, I guess. So if we would be here, and then we would look at the design system, we see design system, patient in the axis. So we know that this is a patient tab. The problem here is that if we have a couple of patient tabs, which we do, because we do different apps and different projects that are actually called the same, patient, 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 then you end up having the same name. That would be not that common actually, so I guess that should work, I believe. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I think that's probably it. Are we done with this? Huh. Well, is this better than this? Probably. Visually it actually makes sense. It works also on like a longer name, so now it doesn't collide and collapse. So that's good, and we get to see different types. Maybe the only thing that we could change is the maybe the only thing that we could change is the filter. So the type, we had this filter of invert. I don't know if we need that. Because if anything, we can probably go just, ooh, that went dark. Okay, because we could probably just go like this. Although that still will probably change the color, yeah, which means that I probably, for consistency, rather than using the filter, we would want to just have different icons here, actually, like a specific icon. So this would be, this one would be a specific icon, which I'm gonna pause the recording now, and oh well, maybe let's do the first icon, and then, so working with icons, it's pretty straightforward here actually. So what we can do, for now, later on we'll be able to go directly to the icon. Right now we are not able to do that yet, but we can go here, we can find the icon in the design system, which is, this one is, what is it, icon rounded, say, which one are we gonna start with? So let's start with blocks, right? So what we can do is that we can just open that icon in the Illustrator, for example. And now the question is, do we need the icon? Because this is this is different. So for example, this, when we open that tab, this one is different, right? So this one has the filter. Let me just remove the filter. So now they will all show colors. Oh, is that good or is that bad? Oh, that's confusing. So really, what we could do is just to have the icon in the color, in the grayish color, which would require these icons to be we need to have them available by themselves. And maybe some of those are already available. That's actually a good point. So let's see if you say blocks, for example. Yeah, blocks is not available. Would the star be available in some? Probably not. I didn't actually make them outside of the icon. Okay, so what we can do? So we can just grab them one by one, take them into just a new file. So say we're gonna do 64 by 64. Well, they are actually, we're gonna do 32 by 37. I really didn't want it to change the size of the stroke, but it looks like maybe I have to. Okay, so we'll try to fit it in like this. Let's see what's gonna happen. So, okay, so this one is, okay, this one's CMYK, thank you, Illustrator. So let's grab this one again, let's put it in here. Now once I make a new icon and save it, the way that I save a new icon is to go to my SVGs, create a folder, and that would be blocks, I guess blocks icon. Oh, there you go. So blocks icon is already there. How would we call it? Well, if the blocks icon is already there, where's blocks icon? Blocks icon, okay. Let's just look at the blocks icon then. Maybe I just missed it. Because we could maybe, what's the size of it? Okay, so this is different because this has a different size. This is on the 64, yeah. Well, we could do that. So let's not save that one. Let's see how it works. We can pass already a blocks icon. So let's go here, and let's go here, and instead of React block, well, sorry, type and React and blocks. There you go. So here, instead of the full rounded icon, we're gonna go blocks icon. Yeah. Well, so now the stroke should be, let's keep it on here. 0.8. Yeah, okay, so maybe 0.7. It's not as important, but now, yeah, the problem is that now the icon is quite big, so we should probably go 1616. And then maybe that's, oh, now it moved, okay. It's no longer aligned here. How does it look everywhere else? That's probably fine. that's probably fine. What we could do is to add padding left, padding right. So we have padding right, we have this is 12. It's not even really here, then it's even over here. It's also sort of centered here in this sense. Okay, so yeah, because then it's centered over here, which is probably fine. So this is blocks. So if we would go 8 on this side, that wouldn't be aligned, but this would look better here. No, this is definitely not aligned. Maybe that's fine. Come on, don't give up on me. Well, that's okay as well. Doesn't look bad. Looks even. So it looks even on this side, does it? So this we have margin. We have margin left 8. So if we go margin left 6, and that one, we go. This is margin left. Margin left here. Then margin left actually doesn't do anything. So why not? Remove that? What's going on? What's going on here? Okay, it doesn't do much. That's interesting. Well, okay. I guess that's fine. That looks okay. So now the only thing we need to do. So this is one. So now if we want to do another one, we would take another. We would take another icon. So we would take the say from actions to this. So it's not there yet. Data actions data. Which one do we have? Logic. So we will take this one. Actually, this one is 64 by 64. So the only thing that we need to do is remove that and then save it as logic icon. Create that. Save that as VG inside of that file. That will give it a name. That's a source.svg. And then important bit tiny, svg tiny 1.1, for no artifacts and weird stuff. Now what we do is we go to the type, copy the logic, and go change that to the logic icon. Give it 16 by 16, since that's the, oh, that's where it is, that's where it's coming from, okay. So we have it, so we have, maybe we should go 6 in here, and then maybe also 16 here, okay. Let's grab the stroke, change the stroke on the logic to be the same color. And now when we go and we browse to logic, this will change to the logic icon. So now we give it, so now we can that's good, that's balanced. It's balanced on both sides now a little bit better. So between this and the other one, so that will work. That works nicely. And then if we go to logic, we get to see the logic that this displays the logic. So nice. Right, so yeah, so I'll pause the video and I'll just replay it at the end with all the icons done. Okay, so what we have now is it's just a complete icon set now, so we can see that these guys are now changing. So we can be in the specs, we can be in the logic, we can be in blocks, and they will all change, so they will give a little indication of what it is, which is fine, which is cool, and so it works. And all these icons are being replaced now. So there you go, happy days. Job went down, I guess. Happy editing.